Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video there are a bunch of teams to go through for Crazed Shellbrute, and there are some new teams, even some using Faramor, because he's actually doing not bad in Crazed Shellbrute boss specifically. Okay, I'm gonna begin and I'm just gonna show you, I'm not gonna do a run of them, of the more free-to-play friendly teams. This is the team from Frosty, and this only has Fresco as a Celestial Hypogean, and this team also doesn't have Shakir. So if you don't have Shakir, if you don't have the twins, this may be the best team that you can run. Just try to get the Sinbad charms, either Gale or Sorcery. Apart from that, try to get the Arcane charms on Sonya, and then the skill power related charms onto Smokey and Mikola. Okay, that is with the Harmonic spell. Now, the other team here is from Rio. This is also a no twins team using Shakir, however. Real Fresco in front of Shakir, and then Sonya buffing up Real Fresco and the Smokey. Try to get the Shakir Mystic charms. They are very important for this comp. And then also Arcane charms onto Sonya, and then the skill power charms onto Mikola and Smokey. Okay, now we're going to lead it off with a couple Faramor teams. So this is a team from Sunless, and he's at a lower level of investment. He only had Legendary plus for Esther. I think the other heroes were Supreme plus. And he got like, I think 78 or so billion damage with this team. So I'm excited to see how we'll do on our maxed out account. Now, as for the charms, we'll talk about them, but this is the Real Fresco in front of the Sonya, Illusion in front of the pink-haired twin in the back, blue-haired twin in the front, and you have Ludovic as a damage dealer with their Harmonic spell. So this comp specifically is going to have the full duration uptime of the Faramor for his magic circle, converting into true damage. Now, the thing is, if Faramor gets gulped by the boss, the magic circle will remain for a time, but then when he runs out of energy, it is going to disappear. And because he's not able to, like, for example, charge up the energy fast enough while being gulped, that is the issue. However, it does remain up until he runs out of energy, which is an interesting point. But still, for this comp specifically, you're going to have Faramor permanently outside of the boss and allowing you to maximize his own damage. But let's see what we can get here. 14 seconds left, already up to 81 billion damage. Is not bad. Actually, this is pretty good. Yeah, 88.3 billion damage. Honestly, that is actually very competitive. Yeah, look at that. Rank 4 we're on a really difficult server. I did not expect it to do that well. That is actually crazy. That is actually crazy. Yeah, as for the charms, Arcane charms probably the best onto Faramor, but Mystic can work as well. Ludovic, Insight charms, and then Twins can work Sorcery charms for this comp. Arcane charms onto Sonya. Sorcery charms on Fresco. That is really impressive. I did not expect it to do that well. Okay, now the other Faramor team, which has been come up with by Kafosh and Riketsia. This team actually has an even lower benchmark compared to that team that we just ran. So Sunless team might be better for everyone. Anyway, this Kafosh team with the Blade Summon Artifact, it will be the pink-haired twin in the back, blue-haired twin in the front, Real Fresco in front of the pink-haired twin. The only difference between this comp is that you're going to have Fresco and Ludovic on the Stellar Bond. Faramor will be in front of them, buffing up the Fresco with the Blade Summon Artifact. And now you're going to see Faramor is going to be devoured or gulped by the boss. And then his magic circle is going to disappear. So, yeah, you're going to see that right here. But it will be good to take a look at it. Okay, so the magic circle is up. Ludovic is the major source of damage. For all of these Ludovic teams, you want to get Ludovic Insight Charms. They're one of the major priorities. Okay, so Faramor gets gulped. Now, watch the magic circle. It's going to remain, but then it's going to run out when he runs out of energy. Yeah, so now it is no longer there. And he's just not able to charge up his energy fast enough to maintain it while in the belly of the boss. And that is why it's going to lose out on his damage. And that is why Sunless's comp is just really smart, because it allows Faramor to have really high duration uptime of it, the permanent duration uptime of it. But here, this comp, it is going to have like somewhat decent uptime, but not permanent uptime. And like looking at this, on our first run, only 83.8 billion damage. Which is, yeah, so I think Sunless's comp is probably better. But anyway, these are just two comps that you can try for right now. Okay, so moving on to Half Moon's team. Now, this is a 0 Ludovic team. So, if you do not have any copies of Ludovic, this might be the best for you. However, just showing you the Faramor team, that's probably going to be better than this one. This one can get up to 86 billion as well with RNG. So, pink-haired twin in the back, blue-haired twin in the front, Real Fresco behind the Sonya. Sonya buffing up the Illusion Fresco and the Smokey. Mikola off to the right with the Blade Summon Artifact. Now, as for the charms, Sorcery Charms on Twins are going to work for this comp. Sonya Arcane Charms, get the skill power related charms onto Mikola and Smokey, and then finally 5th priority is going to be Sorcery Charms onto Frester himself, but that doesn't matter that much, and it's mainly just so that in the future you can refine them to gain the bonus stats for him, which he still is a refinement priority because that is just going to increase his raw stats, which is going to increase his HP per second damage. Okay, but I found that Sunless's team, that's awesome. Because it's even working for him when he's like at a lower, like a Supreme Plus level, like a free-to-play level of investment. And now even for like a maxed out account investment, it still is the top performing team for Faramor options. 88.5 billion damage is no joke, guys. Like the top score on my server today is 91 billion, and that is one of the top overall scores. So yeah, but this one gets 86 billion, no Ludovic team. So overall a great option as well. Look at that Frester damage. Yeah, great other team that you can run. Especially if you don't have Faramor built. Okay, so moving on. Now we have 2 different teams, okay? These are now going to be some of the top performing teams for the Crazed Shellbrute. And with RNG, they can even get the overall top score of today, which is like 93 billion damage or higher. So first what I'm going to show you is a plus 10 exclusive equipment version. Meaning plus 10 exclusive equipment of Shakir. So if your Shakir is at plus 10 exclusive equipment, you should run the Blade Summon artifact. Okay, and here's the positioning. Pink hair twin in the back, blue hair twin in the front. Illusion Frester on the Stellar Bond along with Shakir. Real Frester in front of the pink hair Lila in the back with the Blade Summon artifact. If you have a plus 10 exclusive equipment of Shakir. Now for this comp as well, it is fine to run Sorcery Charms under Twins. There's only one comp today, which is one of the overall top comp, which is going to want to have no sorcery onto Twins, but we'll talk about it when we get to it. This comp is fine for Sorcery Charms onto Twins. So Mystic Charms onto Shakira, Insight Charms onto Ludovic, and then Mikola Arcane Charms ideally, and then finally for Estro get him the Sorcery Charms. And Refinement Part. Oh wow, Shakira went down. So this is why this comp doesn't work for plus 15 Shakira, but I just wanted to show you the setup for plus 10. If you have a plus 10 Shakira, you're going to have to run this comp. If you have plus 15, you get to run Harmonic Spell, and it can end up being even better. But anyway, yeah, well, this is not going to be a great score. It's not representative. If you have a plus 10 Shakir, you can get a higher score than this. Quite a lot higher. But now we're going to run it. So the plus 15 Shakir comp is exactly the same. The positioning is exactly the same. The only difference is that you're running the Harmonic Spell. Okay, otherwise the team is exactly the same. And this comp specifically at a plus 15 Shakira, it has, with a maxed out account, it has gotten over 93 billion damage today. But I don't know how much RNG is needed for that, because over 93 billion damage is insane. That is basically the overall top score of today. And the overall top team that I'm going to show you after this is also going to be maxed out, basically maximum potential is 93 billion again with RNG. So we're going to do runs of both and try to figure out which one does better. I want to do at least 4 or 5 skip runs of this comp to see whether we can hit that 93 billion. But yeah, looking at it, like the positioning is so perfect. Shakir is buffing up all of your allies. Most importantly, Ludovic is in there. The 2 Fresters are there dealing their damage. 12 seconds left up to 86 billion damage. Okay, 91 billion damage. There we go. 91.2 billion damage on our first run. That is great, but there's even higher potential, and that's going to put us in the rank 1 position. Honestly, awesome. Okay, we're going to do a couple of runs of this. We have 15 runs left in total, and we're going to save a lot for the overall top team, but also this one. Because this one has hit over 93 billion, and I want to just see whether we can do it. Okay, we got a new record. 92.7 billion. That is awesome. That's really closing in on the top score of today. You know, the thing is, I really feel like Harmonic Spell, especially when you're talking about these endless comps, because it gives your endless HP per second damages more attack, like Ludovic, Presto. I just feel like Harmonic Spell always is going to be better than Blade Summon. However, it doesn't always work with all the different team comps. Look at that, 92.8 billion damage. This is a great team. This might be the overall top team, even though it isn't really necessarily considered to be that. Okay, we've done 5 runs. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show you what is considered the overall top team. Okay, but this comp is going to need Gale Charms on the Twins. Basically, even if you don't have Gale, don't worry. Just no Sorcery Charms. Do not run Sorcery Charms on the Twins on this final comp. Otherwise, it will not work. Pink hair twin in the back, blue hair twin in the front. Illusion Fresno and Ludovic on the Stellar Bond. Sonya buffing up Ludovic in the real Fresno, and Mikola up in the front with the Blade Summon artifact. Okay guys, swapping to the Gale Charms onto the Twins. Let's go back into the run and let's go for it. So we're gonna do 5 runs of this one. Let's see whether they can compete with the other Shakir version, plus 15. But that was really good as well. Okay, yeah, we talked about the formation. This is where it's gonna be. Let's go ahead and get right into it. With the Blade Summon artifact, let's take a look at it first for our initial run, and then we can do skip runs. Another thing for this comp is apparently you need to have plus 10 exclusive equipment on Sonya or higher. But I think if you're really like, if you have all of these heroes built, I would think you would already have plus 10 onto Sonya. It's not usually necessary, but for this comp, for whatever reason, it seems like it is necessary. But yeah. Okay, so here we go. So Sonya and Mikola are inside the belly of the boss, which is fine. The Fressers are dealing their damage. 67 billion damage. The crazy thing is, though, this doesn't even have Shakir, and is actually competing for the overall top rank, which you would think would not work, right? Like, how can this outperform a Shakir team buffing up your entire team, dealing that high damage? Okay, there we go. 91.1 billion on the first run. Make sure you do not want to have sorcery charms on the Twins. Okay, so now we're going to do 5 skip runs, or 4 skip runs because we did 1 run, and see what are the averages looking like. Okay, 90.6 billion already. Not off to a great start. The other team is looking like it has a little bit higher potential, and we'll have to do some more runs of that probably. 90.9 billion, okay. Yeah, not looking very promising, to be honest. By no means is this a bad team, but I'm just saying in comparison to the other team that we just ran and did 5 skip runs of, that looked a lot better. However, who knows? There could be some crazy RNG, but all of these runs are basically between 90 to 91 billion. So overall, that is going to be it, guys. We were not able to break 92.8 billion, but honestly, that is even a ridiculously high score. But the Faramor comp getting like 88.4 billion damage on this account, that is ridiculous, and that is really showing that Faramor is actually almost a viable option for Crazed Shellbrute, even in Endless. And the thing is, don't get disheartened thinking that, oh, Faramor is not the top hero. The thing is, when we have pre-endless bosses or even pre-mythic plus charms, Faramor is going to see much more action. I'm telling you, and I do think that overall he's still a very solid hero, almost like must-pull status because of his relevancy in Dream Realm. So guys, thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Hopefully using these teams, you can get a top score in the Crazed Shellbrute boss today. And let me know if there's any other team that worked for you. But thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Also, feel free to join our AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. We have a bunch of active members there. I look forward to chatting with you guys. But thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.